In 2001, a Goldman Sachs banker invented a word to sell investment funds. 23 years later, that word is the name of the alliance trying to destroy the U.S. dollar. The man behind it was Jim O'Neill, a Goldman Sachs economist. He needed a catchy label for four fast-growing economies: Brazil, Russia, India, China. BRIC, an investment category, nothing more. These countries had no alliance, no shared agenda. Most of their leaders had never even discussed forming a bloc. But the acronym stuck. And the countries noticed. By 2009, they were holding annual summits. In 2010, South Africa joined. BRIC became BRICS. Then in 2023, the bloc doubled. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, all in. The expanded BRICS now controls roughly 42% of global oil production. A Wall Street acronym became the biggest challenge to Wall Street's world order. The dollar isn't just money, it's the most powerful weapon on earth. Every barrel of oil on the planet is priced in U.S. dollars. Every country that buys oil needs dollars first. That means the entire world is forced to hold American currency. And that gives America a superpower no other country has. America runs a trade deficit of over $800 billion a year. It imports cars, electronics, clothing. It exports paper. Any other country doing this would collapse. America doesn't, because the world needs its paper. America can print money without triggering hyperinflation, because there's always global demand for dollars. And when America wants to punish a country, it doesn't need to send troops. It just cuts them off from the dollar system. SWIFT, the messaging network that handles most international bank transfers. Get banned from SWIFT and your economy goes dark overnight. This entire system rests on one deal. 1974, President Nixon meets King Faisal of Saudi Arabia. The agreement: Saudi Arabia prices all oil in U.S. dollars. In return, America provides military protection. This is the petrodollar, the foundation of dollar dominance. But there's a flaw in the foundation. It was never a formal treaty, never signed into law. Just a handshake, an informal deal between two men. Nothing legally binding. Saudi Arabia can walk away whenever it wants. And in 2023, Saudi Arabia started walking. For the first time, Saudi Arabia accepted Chinese yuan as payment for oil. The same year it joined BRICS, America's cornerstone petrodollar partner for 50 years, now sitting at the same table as China, Russia, and Iran. 5 years ago, this would have been unthinkable. Then there's Russia. In 2022, after invading Ukraine, Russia was cut off from SWIFT. The West expected economic collapse. It didn't happen. Russia rerouted trade through China's system, called CIPS, and through India's rupee settlement channels. The financial nuclear option was deployed, and the target survived. Alternatives already work at scale. In the year 2000, the U.S. dollar made up 72% of global foreign exchange reserves. By 2024, that number dropped to 58%. That's trillions of dollars that countries actively moved out of the dollar. Into yuan, into gold, into anything else. This isn't a prediction, it's a trend line. And it hasn't reversed. But before you assume the dollar is finished, there's a catch. BRICS is not a unified force. China and India, the two most powerful members, are barely on speaking terms. In 2020, Chinese and Indian soldiers fought hand-to-hand in the Galwan Valley. At least 20 Indian soldiers were killed. Their shared border stretches 2,100 miles, one of the most militarized on Earth. These are not allies. They are rivals crammed into the same room. Saudi Arabia isn't committing either. It's hedging. Still hosting American military bases, still selling most of its oil in dollars. It accepted yuan once. That's a signal, not a divorce. BRICS has no shared currency, no shared ideology, no shared trust. It's held together by one thing. Everyone in the room is tired of playing by America's rules. So the question isn't whether BRICS replaces the dollar tomorrow. It won't. The question is whether 72% sliding to 58% keeps sliding. Whether the world quietly builds enough alternatives that the dollar stops being the only option. A world with multiple reserve currencies is a world where America can't print its way out of debt, can't sanction its enemies into submission, can't run $800 billion deficits and call it normal. The dollar won't die overnight, but it might not need to. It just needs to lose enough ground that America can no longer play by different rules than everyone else. If you like stories like these, please like and subscribe.